Okay guys, welcome back to this part of the training, and it's step 2 in our process, and we're going to talk about exposure. You know, that's one of the key elements of this business, is doing proper exposure. Oftentimes, like I said in prior training, that a lot of people try to do the exposures with their lips moving and not using the tools necessary to build the business, and we're going to go through some key points. Let's first talk about the sizzle call. You hear me use that a lot, and that's because it never has a bad day. So you want to put that in your cell phone. When someone asks you what you're doing, if you ever came up to me and asked me if I have the sizzle call already in my contact list, I do, because people always ask me, what do you do for a living? And I simply share the sizzle message. That's an exposure that's out of the way, and it has a perfect day every time. So that's number one. And number two, I use the live conference calls, and I always have, in every type of marketing company I've ever been with. I use the live calls as the best calls to get exposure to your prospects, and you're going to want to do the same thing. Now, here at NuLegacy, we do 4 calls a week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. These are the calls that you want to put your guests on. Always let them know to get on a few minutes early, and the number's on the screen here. The nice thing about this is that it's done for you. I do all the calls for the company, Monday through Thursday, and I also open up the lines at the end of the call. That way we can get all the questions answered. So if you put your guests on there and they have questions, the nice thing about it is they're going to get them answered by an expert, and that way if you're new and you're listening to this, you don't have to worry about trying to answer all these questions that you might not know how to answer. And by me doing it, it's going to put you in a better light. We also have a pre-recorded live webinar movie at NuLegacyWebinars.com. You can send your people to the NuLegacy webinar site, and when they scroll down the bottom of the page, there's a live pre-recorded webinar of exactly what I do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights. You can also get that same presentation at NuLegacyTraining.com. On the home page of the training site, if you scroll down, you'll see there's also video there. We also have a pre-recorded live presentation email link, so you can copy that email link and paste it into an email, and when you send it out to the people you know, they can just open up that email link and click on it, and it'll do the complete movie presentation. Again, they're about 14-15 minutes long, but it's another way to expose your people as long as they're taking a look at it. We also have one-on-one presentations with the flip chart. You can get the flip chart downloaded at NuLegacy Training under Document Downloads. It's in a PDF file, and you can place it in your presentation folder. And if you're not comfortable doing a one-on-one, you can get with your sponsor if they're in your local area, and you guys can go do 2-on-1 presentations. Don't be afraid to host lunch meetings. I like lunch meetings because they're casual, they're easy. All you got to do is bring in that flip chart, and then of course I always plug everybody into, on speakerphone, the sizzle call. That's the first thing I do when I'm at a lunch meeting. If I have 1 or 2 or 3 people there sitting across me at the table, I'll play that sizzle message, or I'll let them listen to that sizzle message, and I'll go through my presentation. I always have real RX cards with me when I'm there, so they at the very least can take the cards home. And then another great way to do it, if you're into home meetings, you like to invite people over your house, a kind of casual get together, you can easily do that with NuLegacy. Again, have the flip chart ready for yourself. You can, again, put everybody on speakerphone, call into the sizzle message, and in turn do the flip chart presentation and ask who's in, who are they ready to join. And always have your sponsor ready in the waiting, so that if they know you're having a home meeting, you can call into your sponsor and obviously let them know when you're doing it, and they can be ready to answer any questions on the speaker. Now, on the very next training, I'm going to talk about getting help closing your prospects. That's step 3 in the 3-step process. I think it's important for you to understand, when you're brand new, you may not know what to say, but your sponsor or your qualified upline does, and they've done this hundreds and hundreds of times. There's nothing wrong with you getting help closing. We'll talk about that in the next training. Thanks a lot.